Ugh. Fucking. Ugh. The main server just went up in smoke. Why the heck isn't the press conference set up yet? The superintendent's here already. And there's a problem with the internet too. I already told you to stop using your computer, Chief. I'm watching videos online. I'm catching up on my ancient soap operas. I'm gonna have to wait. It's going to have to wait, Chief. I'm throwing the switch. No! Just when Sum Young Kai was about to confess to his son's hot-to-trot girlfriend. Oh, this place is really buzzing. Something must be going down, something really big. What are you doing here, pal? Detective Gumshoe. You can't be here right now. You'll be roped into the briefing if you stay. Huh? We've got big problems here today. Why? What's going on? It's a virus, a virus. Virus? It's a virus ripping through the precinct's computer system. I really need to ask you some questions. Okay, I'm gonna say this at once, so listen up. Yes? No matter how poor you get, never borrow money from a place like this, you hear? No shit. Okay. If you got more money problem, just go on a diet of instant noodles and hang in there. Sometimes that helps, but you really have to. Like, borrowing money from these kinds of people is the worst thing you can do. I would say it's better to go homeless than dealing with these kinds of people. It's because you will go homeless if you deal with them. Oh, we're not talking about borrowing money, detective. We want information. Oh, is that all? Well, let's see. Dental lender's considered being even fishier than the average illegal loan shark. Really? It seems it ran into trouble just recently. Those guys have been pretty heavy-handed calling in all their debts. Really? Don't go poking your nose around in their business, pal. You'll really regret it if you upset that lady. Alright, I get the picture. Hey, wait a minute. What did he just say, that lady? Who's this lady he's talking about, Nick? We better find out what the story is with this lady. So what exactly is the computer virus, Detective Gumshoe? Don't know. What? Look, I just go with the flow, alright, pal? Here, I thought detectives were supposed to be somewhat knowledgeable. Here's what's with that face, pal? You think you know what a virus is? Well, Nick, do you? Computer virus, sure. I mean, only in simple terms, of course. Really? Wow, you know everything, Professor Nick. Yeah, I'm gonna call you Dr. Wright from now on. Actually, I like the sound of that. Hey, that sounds pretty cool. Don't you agree, Dr. Wright? Why do I get the feeling they're making fun of me? Okay, fine, I'm no expert, but I can at least explain the basics to the two of you. What is a virus? A virus is a program that gets inside a computer and causes damage. Damage? You mean it makes the machine go boom and explode? No, the damage is, well, it's all internal. So the insides go boom, right? Sometimes. Imagine all the case data you've got stored on your PCs here in the station. A virus could wipe out all that. That's the kind of damage I'm talking about. Yeah, I mean, it can write zeros to the hard drive and foobar it to fuck. And, you know, it depends how nasty it is. Some are, most, 90% of them are just harmless spyware shit. Though spyware isn't exactly harmless, but a lot of them are more harmless than your run-of-the-mill, absolutely going to rape your computer bad. Whoa, that's scary. Yeah, and what's even more scary is that viruses are infectious. Infectious? Most computers are connected together on a network, right? A virus can move from one machine to another over the network, so the virus just keeps spreading faster and faster. Just like a real virus, huh? But Nick, why would anyone want to make a program like that? It depends. Usually you can get money for it. Yeah, it takes ages to type in all that data. Why would you want to destroy it, pal? No, people don't infect their own machines. They send the virus to someone else's. What? That's horrible. Oh, I get it. It's like you sneezing on Godot so he catches a cold. It's like spitting in his coffee when I'm sick. Right, then he wouldn't be able to turn up in court because he'd be too sick. P.S. Don't spit in someone's coffee when you're sick and if you want to get them sick. That's really fucked up. Or use their toothbrush. You really shouldn't do stuff like that, Nick. It's wrong. Who? What? Where? When? Why? Or did the conversation jump to talking about me? Anyway, that's what a computer virus is. A bad program that causes damage. And all the different viruses have names, right? I kind of feel like I've heard the name of the virus we caught somewhere before. The name of the virus, huh? I feel like I've heard of it too before. Tell me it is. Tell me it's this. Detective Gumshoe, about this. What? I'm trying to concentrate on Maggie and the virus right now, so This is it, that stupid name, I remember now. I thought so, here it comes. Don't just nod to yourself and keep me in the dark, Nick. What's going on? It's okay, Maya. You don't have to cry about it. The name's scribbled on that sports paper and written on that CD. That's the name of the virus. MC Bomber. What? Yeah, the virus that's just infected every computer in the station, pal. It's MC Bomber. Can you give us any more details, please? Before that. Tell us anything about Violetta. That's the girl who works over at Tender Linder. You want to stay away from her, okay? I mean it. She does look kind of unforgiving, doesn't she? That should be the least of your worries, pal. She's been charged with 8 counts of murder. What's that supposed to mean? What could be worse? Her name's Viola Cadavarini. She's the only granddaughter of Bruto Cadavarini. Bruto Cadavarini? Do you know who that is, Nick? Never heard of him. Bruto Cadavarini, the boss of the Cadavarini family. Yeah, cadaver. Clever. The Cadaverinis? That's one scary sounding name. You can't touch them. They're way too powerful to the police. But you're thinking of taking them on, aren't you? No. I don't remember ever saying I was going to. Fuck that shit. I better get some more info out of Gumshoe about this family. Nah, it's a fucking mob family. Clearly. Let's talk about MC Bomber now. We already knew about the MC Bomber virus from a while back. A group of criminals issued a series of demands to the head honchos of the law enforcement. They threatened to release a virus if their demands weren't met. Who are they? I don't know. Some hotshots from the criminal underworld would be my guess. Now the virus has been released, huh? Yeah, it's in every computer in every public office in the city. Everyone's going nuts. They're hopping around like they're dancing at a carnival. All this stuff with criminals and viruses, it almost feels like we're in a sci-fi novel. Apparently, the programmer who made the virus was a real genius or something. That focus right now is on tracing the root of this virus on the black market. So it means someone put this virus up for sale. Yeah, because this one's so powerful. They're estimating its price tag was in the millions of dollars, pal. In the millions? A virus can be worth that much? And the sheer fact that he sold it for $100,000 shows his absolute state of desperation. I'm not sure if I really want to get involved in this, but who are the Cadaverinis? Who are they? A scary bunch of people, that's who. You're a cop and you're scared? What's that about? Trust me, it doesn't matter if you're a kid or a cop. These guys are scary. They've got some serious clout in the criminal underworld. You can't touch them. They've got too much moolah. Moolah, as in... They pretty much control the cash on the city's black market. Black market, huh? And that includes Tender Linder, I take it? Sure, no one stands up to Bruto Cadaverini. And I mean, no one. Interesting. So Viola's the granddaughter of some mafia boss, then? Yeah, and everyone knows how much Bruto loves his little girl. She means everything to him. So, how'd she end up at Tender Linder? I don't know, pal. I heard she and the boss of Tender Linder are pretty tight. Tight? That's what it said in a file I read it related to Maggie's case. Sounds like a pretty important clue. Ah, I can't believe it. I almost forgot the most important thing. And that is, you know, the lunchbox. How'd everything go? She loved it. She loved it. Lunchbox? You remember the weenies? I hate weenies. Oh yeah, those weenies. So how did my weenies taste when they went down the hatch? Huh? Well, it was delicious. Yeah, that's what she said, really. Well, not exactly. Don't worry about it, pal. I figured something would happen, so I came prepared. Prepared? What do you mean? I made a jumbo lunchbox. Oh. Do me a favor again, huh, pal, and deliver this. It sure is a heavy burden, in more ways than one. I can just imagine Maggie's little eyes sparkling with joy when you bring it to her. Weenies again, Nick? Tell me we don't have to eat all of these, too. God damn it. I'm going to I really can't eat anymore. I'm gonna shove this down Maggie's throat if I have to. She's not here. Oh, dicks. Let's go to Tribune. Anyone in the kitchen before I head over to blue screens? To blue screens it is. Because I have to go finish cracking this girl open. And then get all of those, and then I'll probably have to go over to the Violetta and crack her open. Money problems. He's losing his ass. Though I don't know what she's gonna have, because I didn't even attempt them. And there were 4 of those, so it'll be something to deal with. Which will be the problem. He was dealing with the tiger. Wait, actually, what's this dude? 78, Bruto. Family of the Cadaverini. Family crime syndicate. Seems to live for his granddaughter. I mean, his granddaughter could be cuter, but she's definitely not my type. I'll just leave it at that. I'm sure some people really like her, because everyone always does. But because I've got proof that, yeah, evidence don't accidentally press stop. That would be awful. MC Bomber. Well, this is it, isn't it? This is the virus that's infecting computers worldwide as we speak. MC Bomber. No. Thank you for the full heal. Glenn's head had more processing power than any computer, but it had been infected with the gambling virus. Glenn was in too deep. You mean he was in debt? Yes, $100,000 in debt. Not an easy amount to repay. So, he said he was taking on some extra work. Something a bit risky. Risky? How? Maybe he was going to become... Oh god, I've gotten too into that. Maybe he was going to become a waitress at Tribune. Where do you come up with those ideas? Risky extra work, developing viruses. So it's safe to say Mr. Elk was the creator of this virus, huh? The MC Bomber virus? Yes. It was the work of genius, in a bad sort of way, of course. Something that would probably fetch several $1 million on the black market. Inconceivable. Gumshoe was right for a change. This date, December 3rd, that is marked on his calendar. That was his deadline for repaying his debts. I guess we won't be needing these horse racing tickets anymore. Glen Elg's losing. Horse race tickets thrown back on the floor. Wow. Use the trash can, Nick. Wow. Oh my god, Nick. What the fuck's wrong with you? Nah, just dump it on the floor. Fuck it. Anything new in the kitchen? Fucking dude needs to come to fucking work. Let's go over to Tenderlander and see if we can break that girl. Tenderlander. How may I help you? The head bandage. You said that the bandage around your head was an operation. You also said that you suffered a fatal injury to the head, correct? Yes, the operation was very difficult, apparently. Now, by fatal injury, you mean you were hurt very badly somehow, right? Did an injury in question have something to do with this? Let's try her dad. No. Her grandfather, I should say. Donuts? Huh? I baked them myself. Homemade donuts. Have one. What's inside? Jam. And... sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Thanks, but no thanks. I think I'll pass. I guess that was a flop. What would happen to this woman for her to have such a huge bandage around her head? There must be some piece of evidence that'll prompt her to tell me what happened. Now, by fatal injury, you mean you were hurt very badly. Evidence. No. Coffee cup, no. Lottery ticket, no. Apron, no. Repair bill. Paid by Tigre to the cataphone. That's what it is. I have a car repair bill. From this, it seems pretty obvious that this car was involved in an accident. Let me see that. This bill is made out to the cadaverinis. Yes, it is. I don't think I ever introduced myself. Tell me, what do the cadaverinis have to do with me? Something tells me she's not about to say hi and introduce herself. Alright then. Your relationship with the cadaverinis is very strong, and here's why. It's your grandfather. I know exactly who you are. Viola Cadaverini. You sustained that injury in a traffic accident, didn't you? It happened about 4 months ago. I was driving in one of our family cars when someone pulled out in front of me. It was a motorbike or something like that. I don't remember it much. Oh, she hit Tigre. Anyway, I swerved to try to avoid it, but that's why they're so close. I took a blow to the head. A bad one. Yeah, I can imagine. So what happened to the person on the bike? I'm guessing they didn't get away with injuries. With injuring the Viola Cadaverini. I don't know what happened to them. They ran away, or so I heard. Ran away? If they'd stayed, I'd have. Is it possible could this person who have committed the hit and run have been? It's definitely him. It was this man, wasn't it? He was the one that caused your accident. It wasn't Don Tigre. I refuse to believe it. We collided, the motorbike and my car. But Don Tigre isn't injured at all, is he? Is the tiger who caused Viola's crash? I can feel it. Plus, one of her locks just broke, so she must suspect it was him too. I'm sorry, Miss Cadaverini, but I have proof that the tiger was involved in the traffic accident on his bike. I mean, it would just be the repair bill again, right? I mean, he fucking paid for it. And this, are you kidding me? I mean, I don't know. I just feel like him paying for it kind of is proof of it, but whatever. I guess I'll just present his fucking thing. It's not exactly a motorbike, but Mr. Tigre rides around on a scooter, doesn't he? And you'll notice that the front wheel guard is badly damaged. Miss Cadaverini, you know the truth, don't you? This repair bill was paid by Furio Tigre. The Cadaverinis have known for ages who caused the accident, haven't they? It's possible, perhaps. Somewhere inside me, I know that may be true. I knew it. But Don Tigre still saved my life. The operation was very complicated. It was very, very expensive. How much are we talking? Very, very, very expensive. Jesus, kind of hesitant about giving me an extra figure. I should back off. Well, anyway, it was the tiger who paid for it, right? After I recovered, Don Tigre told me. He said he paid for the operation because he cared about me. I believe him. Really? But do you honestly believe that to be true? Do you want to know what I think? I think the reason he paid for the operation wasn't because of you, but someone else. Your grandfather was going to kill him. And he made sure that that wouldn't happen. Perhaps I shouldn't be saying this, but your grandfather, Bruto Cadaverini, controls a lot of dubious cash, right? You're his beloved pride and joy. Sure, I don't know exactly how much the operation cost, but if you weren't the granddaughter of Mr. Cadaverini, do you think Mr. Tigre would have paid the money? $1 million. Oh, that's a nice increase. "4 months ago, I was in a traffic accident. That's why I needed the operation. When I woke up, they told me it was nothing serious. A simple procedure." Oh, really? Well, I guess if she recovered in 4 months, it couldn't have been too big. They said the operation cost $1 million. $1 million bucks? My grandfather ordered Don Tigre to pay $1 million in compensation. Compensation, huh? It's underword lingo for paying money to settle a score. Basically, pay to or get into some serious trouble. But $1 million? This has to be related to our poisoning case somehow. I wanted to believe him. I wanted to trust what Don Tigre said. He said it had nothing to do with my grandfather being Don Cadaverini. I wanted to believe he helped me because he cared about me, not about my grandfather. But I knew that wasn't really true. Wow, I'm so sorry. What he did to get the money was evil. He said it was all for me, so I helped him. You helped him? In what way? Here, take these. What are these, medical papers? I'm Bruto Cadaverini's granddaughter. He had to pay compensation. He was made an offer. He simply couldn't refuse. Wow, I feel so bad for Viola. It's inexcusable. Huh? There are two things I consider inexcusable. Poisoning and betrayal. Only a coward who would hurt people using either of these tactics. Is everything alright, Nick? We should get going. Right after we finish our espresso. Yeah. I won't need to convince Viola of anything else, so I guess I can get rid of this. Repair bill thrown into the trash. You didn't throw that on the floor? $1 million bill for cranial surgery. Payment was due last year. Terrible. I didn't mean to come back here. I kind of feel bad for her, though. Not enough to want to keep talking to her. I kind of feel a little bad for her. Oh, bonjour! I've been waiting for you to return. Mr. Armstrong? Oh, good timing. I was hoping to find you here. We'd like to ask you a few questions. Well, he hasn't got anything to say to use a fellas. Oh, it's... Who you calling Zini? Oh, no. Out from under the table already, Maya. Okay, hand it over. What? You don't want to play games with me? I don't recommend that. The medical papers, now. Uh-oh. I think he wants Viola Cadaverini's papers back. You mean this? The $1 million medical papers? Miss Cadaverini trusted you. That's why she said that she helped you. Forget about it. That girl's dumber than an eggplant. You want to know what's sad? I'll tell you what's sad. And it ain't only her face. She thinks she's got power because she's Bruto's little girl. Now that's sad. I can't let you have these papers. Tomorrow in court, I'm going to expose what you did to get that $1 million you used to pay this off. Are you crazy or something? I don't care if you want to give it to me or not. There's two of us here. You got that? Two. Oui. Mr. Armstrong? Forgive me, désolé. I cannot argue with him. Ugh. That really hurt. Is that all you got? I'll be taking those papers now. Armstrong, get the lighter. Wait. Don't take it too hard, Phoenix, right? That was so stupid. I shouldn't have let my guard down. Those medical papers were vital evidence. We can get her to testify. Hold it, pal. Detective Gumshoe? Detective? You think you're gonna stop me, copper? Beat it! Whoa. Come on, Gumshoe. Keep it together. You guys, get out of here. Leave this guy to me. But, go, pal, and take this. If you get hurt, who'd look after Maggie, huh? Alright, thanks, Gumshoe. Wait, Nick, don't leave me behind. I'll get even with that guy tomorrow. In court. Tenderlander is going down. I'm sending you to fucking jail, buddy. Save. January 8th, 9:46 a.m. Court. Defendant lobby number 1.